Apparently, these are the hardest things in the entire world to learn. For every one of these that you know, you get 1 point. At the end, I want you guys to tally up how many points you got. Starting off, 75% of people can make an omelet. I don't know why that is not 95%. It's like the easiest thing in the world to make. Next, 70% of people can do a magic trick. To be honest with you, I don't think I can. I used to be able to. I used to be able to take a string and then put it through my neck, and then the string would be behind me, and then back through my neck, and it would be in front of me. I can't do that anymore, though. So I'm gonna say I can't do that, so I'm still at 1 point. Next, 68% of people, one away from the magic number, can do chess. I'm assuming that means understand how chess works. I understand how chess works. I don't really play chess, but it's pretty fun. I recommend you learn it. That's 2 points for me. Next, 65% of people can tell stories. Who can't tell a story? Wait, is that a thing? Is that a thing where 35% of people are unable to tell a story? All right, I'll tell a story right now, and I'm gonna totally, completely fabricate it. This is not a real story. Once upon a time, I was hanging out with Jack's mom. She told me that she likes me a lot and that I'm really cool and I have pretty eyes. So then what I did next was I took her into a back room, I beat the crap out of her, and I left. Voila! There's a story! Come on, that's a good story, dude. I'm part of that 65%. That's 3 points for me. All right, now we're getting into less than half of the population can do these things. This one is down at 43%. People who can speak a second language. Je peux parler un petit peu de français. Je ne suis pas complètement fluent, mais je peux parler un petit peu. Mon français n'est pas complètement fluide, mais je peux parler un petit peu. Mon père est français. J'ai beaucoup de famille en France. Alors, ah! Bang! Bet you didn't know that! Bet you didn't know that!
It's time to stop!
Yeah, I can speak some French. I'm not like 100% fluent, but I got a little bit of that in me, so I'll count it. That's 4 points. I'm kind of cooking. Next, origami. No, I can't do origami. 42% sounds like an extremely high amount of people who can do Japanese culture origami. I think I've met 2 people in my life that can do origami. 42 sounds insane. Unless, like, I mean, I guess maybe all of China, all of Asia, all of whatever, India. If they're all into origami, I could see it, but in America at least, I think that seems way too high. Next, 40% of people can do beatboxing. All right, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I can't do that. I can't do the beatboxing part. Darn it! It's so cool. All right, next up, only 38% of people can dice an onion. Does that just mean cutting an onion? I mean, I can't do it like a professional chef, but like you give me a couple minutes and boom, my onions are diced. And I feel like if you can't do that, that's weird. You just freaking and then you know, then they're tiny and then we're good. They're diced. 38% of people seems really low, and I'm concerned for the entire human race because of that. That's 5 points for me. Next, 35% of people have nice handwriting. Well, you see, that is totally subjective. Who is to decide whether or not my handwriting is nice or not? I will actually be the judge, and I don't have nice handwriting, so I don't get a point. Next, only 30% of people are saving money. I mean, I'm saving money. I have money saved. 30% seems very low, but I'm not sure that's entirely intentional. I think a lot of people have a lot of like student loan debt, for example. They have to pay off their house, they have to pay off their car, and so it's not like they're intentionally not saving money. It's just a lot harder than it seems. Wait, so that puts me at 6 points. Next, only 28% of people can crack an egg with one hand? What? Nah, that's actually easy. It's literally easier to crack an egg with one hand. You just gotta practice it a little bit. It's boom, and then with the middle of your hand, right here, you grab one of the outside with these fingers, and then the middle of your hand goes like this, and then boom. It's honestly really easy. That's 7 points for me, and I'm surprised that only 28% of people can do that. All right, next, 24% of people can juggle balls. Now, I can juggle balls, but I can't do that kind of juggling where you get like 4 or 5 up there. I can do 2. I go whoop, 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 whoop. I can do 2 balls. Oh no! Why did I say that, dude? Anyway, I can't juggle 4 balls at once. That's a lot. Next, 22% of people can shuffle cards. I can shuffle cards. I can do the shh. I can do that. I can do. Oh no. Oh, they got me again. This has become a try not to be sus video, I think. Oh, good lord. Guys, relax. Just relax, okay? That's 7 points for me. 8 points. Oh God, I forget already. I think 7 points for me. Next, only 20% of people can whistle with their fingers. I'm gonna give me a half point because sometimes I can and then other times I can't. You know what? I'll try it. I'll give myself 3 tries. If I don't do it, I don't get a point. Here we go. Whoa, whoa, that was like a half whistle. Okay, let's try one.
Oh my God.
Oh, good enough. I'm giving it to myself. I don't care. I'm the judge and I'm saying that's good enough. That's 8 points. Let's go. Next, 19% of people are able to box. I've taken like boxing classes and I can, you know, but I have never like actually fought anyone else, so I'm just gonna say that I can't box, unfortunately. And we're really starting to get into low numbers now. Only 18% of people can mix cocktails. I'm just gonna refrain from any jokes there, and I can't do that either, so I'm still at a measly 8 points. Next, 17.5% of people in the entire world can speak English. I honestly thought that would have been way higher, but I obviously can do that. That's 9 points for me. Next, only 17, nah, wait, what? Nah, only 17% of people can drive a car? What? Only 17% of people can drive a car? How is that possible? Everyone drives a car. Everyone drives a car. Unless your country like doesn't have access to a car, which I understand, obviously. Like if your country doesn't have cars, then you don't know how to drive a car. But is it really that many people? We're only like, that's 83% of people cannot drive a car. Wow, that's crazy. Hey, that's another point for me though. I'm now at 9 points. Am I at 10 or 9? I'm at 9 points, I think. I'm losing track. Next, only 16% of people can perform a wheelie, whether that be on a motorcycle or a bike. I cannot do that. I can do a little like, Let's not take that one out of context either. I'm just trying to show you like that's how I can get the front wheel off the ground for like half a second, but I don't think that counts. So I'm gonna say no. There's a decent chance as well that I say I can't do any of the rest of these because we're getting into the very itty gritty bitty belitty section because we're down to 16% still. 60% of people can spin a basketball on their finger. The world record is 11 minutes. Dude, I feel like Adam can break that. Adam is actually really good at that. Dude, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna text him right now, actually. Dude, I really feel like if he trained, he could do that for sure. I can do it for like 5 seconds, but I'm just gonna say no, I can't do it. So I'm still at 9 points. Next, if you can speak Chinese or Mandarin, you're in the 16% of people in the world. A lot of people that I know I don't know a single person that speaks Mandarin. So, and then that includes myself. So I'm still at 9 points. Next, only 15% of people are able to ski. I'm gonna give myself, actually no, I'm gonna say no. I can water ski. Maybe this isn't the best example ever, but I did break my ankle and tear all the ligaments in my ankle because I was water skiing and I fell and my foot was in the ski and a wave came and the wave took the ski and spun it all the way around. So my foot spun all the way around 180 degrees and it just destroyed everything in there. Pretty gross, I know, sorry. But at the time I actually was pretty dang good at skiing, water skiing, but I've never actually snow skied. So I'm gonna say no, but I feel like I probably could pick it up very easily. Hey, I'm still at 9 points, I'm kind of a loser. Next, only 14% of people can program code. I actually did take AP computer science in high school, which you're supposed to learn how to code there, but I'll be honest, I had someone else write all my code. It was really bad and I never learned it myself. So I'm still 9 points. Next, only 14% of people can change your car's oil. I'm gonna say no, bro. I'm gonna say no. I feel like such a loser right now. I can't do any of these things. I feel like this is one of the videos. We've reacted to other videos like this before where it was almost like the more points you had, the weirder of a person you are. This one, though, is like the more points you have, the cooler of a person you are. And so every time I say like I can't do it, it makes me be like, wow, I'm a loser. But no, I mean, maybe I could change my car's oil. I mean, obviously it's easy to fill it, but then you got to drain it on the bottom. I think it's easy though. You just got to put a bucket under the thing, you unscrew it, let the oil drain, screw it back on, pour more oil in. I feel like it's not that hard, but I've never done it before. So I'm just going to say that I don't know how to do it. Next, 13% of people can pick a lock. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. Okay, but I can do the next one though. Let's flipping go. I think a lot of people are going to think I'm cool for this one too. Only 12% of the people in the entire world can do an elastico, which is a soccer trick, which is, there's the snake, which is out in, and then there's the elastico that is in out. And I can do them both. I can also do it around the world. I played soccer until I was like 18. And then I played a little bit of, you know, fun league soccer the last couple of years. I'm pretty big for a soccer player though, so I look a little goofy out there. I'm 230 pounds, I'm 6'2.5", and I'm made out of titanium. So I look like a goofball out there, but it's fun and I love soccer. So that's 10 points. Bang! We hit the double digits. Next, 11% of people can do a chair handstand. What is a chair handstand? Starting with a chair can help beginners perform handstand unintended. Like you put your head on a chair? I can't say I've ever tried that, but I feel like I could do it, but I'm gonna say no because I never tried that before. Who does that? That's kind of weird. Next, 10% of people can do the splits. I would love to see the percentage of men being able to do the splits because a lot of women can do it because women are more flexible, generally speaking, than men. I can't even come close, and I don't know a single dude that can do it. I cannot do it. No, I would tear many muscles in my groin area. Next, only 8% of people can heel and toe driving technique. No, I can't do that. My dad claims that he could, and actually, I want to see how many people can drive a manual car because in America, almost nobody can. It's very common in pretty much everywhere else in the world, but I grew up driving manual, a stick, so I can, but I can never do the heel toe technique. That's some crazy stuff. That's like when you clutch and brake at the same time with one foot, bruh. Next, only 7% of people can memorize the alphabet backwards. It's not a very useful trick unless you want to impress a teacher. Okay, I feel like they're just coming at my neck right now because I have a little story to tell you, and it's an embarrassing one. So here we go. I was in high school, so I'm 17 years old, and I get to one of my classes where we're going to take an exam. So right before the teacher actually hands out the exam itself, I'm like cramming studying because I never really studied, and so I got to class like 2 minutes early. I start taking my notes out, and I'm just like reading to refresh my mind. What's going to be on the exam? And my teacher notices that, and he looks at me, calls me out in front of the whole class and says, Alex, say the alphabet right now. The entire alphabet. I couldn't do it. 17 years old in front of my entire class of all boys, by the way, because I went to an all boys high school. I got something in my eyeball. So not only do I not know the alphabet backwards, I barely know it forwards, apparently. Bro, I'm still only at 10 points. This is crazy. All right. Only 6% of people know how to hack computers. No, yeah, I don't know how to do that. So I'm still a loser. Every time I say no, I hate myself more, I think. 6% of people can ride a motorcycle. Okay. That is one thing I can do. I grew up riding ATVs and motorcycles, so I can, but I never rode a street legal motorcycle. I only did like dirt bikes where we did like jumps and stuff like that. I'm giving myself a point though. I don't care. That's 11 points for me. Bang. Next, 6% of people do Krav Maga. That seems like a lot, to be honest. Like a lot of people do martial arts, but Krav Maga is a very niche type of martial art. It's one where they don't really care about the martial arts side of things and like respect. It's literally trained to like just injure other people and defend yourself, no matter the cost. Next, 5.8% of people can solve a Rubik's Cube. I can do one side. That's about it. Next, 5.2% of people are able to pilot a drone. I have had multiple drones in my life, some of which thousands of dollars, and I've crashed every single one. So I'm gonna say no. Well, I know how to fly one. I just can't do it very well. So I'm not even gonna give myself a point there. 5% of people are able to use Photoshop. Bang! I can! Admittedly, I'm not like a super professional, but I used to make like all my thumbnails for years when I was first started doing YouTube. So I'm very self-taught and I can actually work my way around Photoshop pretty well. Boom! That's 12 points for me. Next, 4.3% of people can rock climb. I'm gonna say I can't, but I can do, I'm like decent at like the fake walls, not like real rock climbing. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna say no. I can't do that. But we're really starting to get down to the nitty gritty here. Only 4% of people in the whole wide world are able to edit videos. That is really small. And then only a small percentage of that 4% of people are like actually good video editors, you know? There's a lot of people who are like, you know, they can cut up a video and whatever, but as far as like adding effects and like doing super cool things like this. There we go. Hopefully my editor did something cool there. Hopefully he didn't cut back to the other sus moments from this video. That would be not cool. You're definitely gonna do that. Anyway, I'm gonna give myself a point for that. I'm able to do decent stuff. I'm not a great editor by any stretch of the means, but I can edit videos. So bang, that's 13 points for me. Only 4% of people in the world can do a backflip. Now I can do one on a trampoline, and this dude in the image is on a trampoline. So you know what? I'm gonna say yes. If it's on an actual floor, no chance, not even close. But if we're talking on a trampoline, I absolutely can do that. I used to do backflip 360s. That was like my signature move. I would bust that out when the girls were watching, and it never worked once, but I showed them. Anyway, that's 13 points for me. Next up, 3.5% of people can do pole dancing. I can't say that I've tried that before, but I feel like I could be a natural. Only 3% of people can play the guitar. Wow, that is really a little amount of people. Holy cow. And I cannot do that. that. Although I think it's very cool and I would like to learn the guitar at some point. Next, only 2.5% of people in the world can tear a phone book in two. You don't even have to be strong. It's all about the technique. Very interesting. I can't say I've ever tried that, so I'm going to say that I can't do it, but I wonder how they even got that metric. Like, did they do a study where they had like 100,000 people and they were like, here, try to rip this giant phone book. And then like, how do they know that it's actually 2.5%? But I'm going to say I can't do that. Next, only 2% of people in the whole world can do the human flagpole. I cannot. That is where you like hold yourself sideways on a pole so it kind of looks like you're a flag. You got to be super, super athletic to be able to do that. I feel like gymnasts can probably do that. Next, only 1.5% of people can play the piano. Piano is cool. Growing up, my family was very into athletics. Like we played a lot of sports and stuff, and we kind of neglected the musical side of the world. And so I always kind of thought like people who played instruments were dorks. But now that I'm older, I'm like, wow, it's actually really cool. I wish I could play the piano. I wish I could play the guitar. I wish I could play the drums, and I can't do any of it. Next, 1.2% of people can drift a car. You have to be really brave to attempt this. I can't drift a car, but I've always wanted to try. Like I always thought it was really cool when I saw other people do it, like in videos and whatnot. I'm just too scared to try. I'm really good at drifting in like GTA though, if that counts for anything. But now guys, we are finally getting down to just 1% of the world. For this one, only 1% of people can write with both hands. We went over this before. I can barely write with my good hand, let alone my bad hand. I don't even know what would happen if I try to write with my left hand. It would be bad. All right, and we're getting down to the final three now. Only 0.6% of people know Latin. Latin is like the founding language of all of the other languages. It's like the grandfather language, but no one really speaks it anymore. It's pretty sad. Okay, what the heck is this one, bro? Only 0.2% of people can paint with their mouth? What? Whatever. Absolutely crazy, random, fun fact that only 0.2% of people are able to paint with their mouths. Some people born with disabilities still find a way to paint. Respect. Or people who are really bored and want to try painting with their mouths, I guess. They're probably still much better than me, even if I try painting with my hands. Anyway, though, last but not least, maybe the hardest thing in the entire world to learn to do comes in at 0.01% of people, which is the ability to tame a tiger. That does sound nearly impossible, and I feel like the only way to do it properly is if you have like a baby tiger and then you raise it that way. But if you just catch, a tiger from the wild, there's no way you'll domesticate it, I think. But apparently you'll need to feed it at least 15 pounds of meat every single day, or it might see you as a meal. That does not sound good. But anyway, boys, those were the hardest things in the entire world to learn. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and click right here to watch another comparison video.